All right, how is everybody doing? If you're watching this replay, let me know in the chat that you are watching the replay. If you are live, let me know where you're tuning in from. Feel free to send this out. We're going to talk a little bit about crypto, a little bit about the overall markets. I've been away for the past couple of weeks. I've been on the road. I've been traveling. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear this live or the replay. And we've been doing events, teaching people crypto, teaching people stocks, all that fun stuff. And I haven't done a live with you guys in about a month on YouTube. So wanted to go live here. Let me actually just send out one more reminder. Feel free to share with a friend. And I want to talk about unemployment, what potentially can take place here this week with unemployment. So glad you're here. You're watching this replay. So big week here for overall news and sentiment. I think some stuff that can affect the entire market. Let me make sure this is muted over here. Okay, cool. And it really starts with, tomorrow we have job openings. So are there more jobs being opened? This kind of leads to that data of NFP and unemployment rate. Now, this is very important for everybody to understand. Let me know in the chat if you trade Forex or stocks or crypto, or you're in real estate. What type of investor are you? I invest in multiple businesses as well, but trading is a way for you to take your income from a business or a job and learn how to multiply it, which is one of the most powerful things. So one of the key data points every month that we get is a red folder in USD called unemployment rate. When unemployment in America is going up, okay? Let me start when it's going down. When unemployment is going down, the US dollar starts to tick up, okay? And when the US dollar is going up, typically other assets like crypto or stocks can start to trade a little bit to the downside. But when unemployment is going higher, so last month we actually had an increase in unemployment, and it was actually worse, projected. I think it was projected 3.7 and it went 3.9 or something like that, or 3.8 and it went 3.9. Now, on this upcoming Friday, if we see unemployment in the US tick to 4%, I think we can start to see this thing fall. Now, there is a website here. Let's see if I can just remember it off the top of my head. Called Fred. Literally, I've been on so many calls today. So this right here, nobody saw that. This right here shows the median average sales house prices of houses in America. But let's go to this unemployment. Now here you can see, hold on, this is not the one that I want. Or is it? This is a different, let's go unemployment rate. Okay, so here we can see unemployment in the US right now is at 3.9. During COVID, unemployment was as high as 15. Does anybody remember 4 years ago how different times were? Let me know in the chat if you can maybe laugh about some of those times and things that we dealt with 4 years ago that just no longer exist here today. But unemployment was going up. And if you guys remember, people were making more money from their unemployment checks during COVID in some states than if they were working a full-time job. So they were quitting their job. Unemployment skyrocketed. What happened to the dollar? Dollar takes a big, actually, huge sell-off on the dollar. And this was actually a wild time where unemployment went up and the dollar dollar started to fall. So unemployment is ticking higher at this point. Dollar is falling. It finds a break and a pullback, and then dollar rips to the upside. And then we go into a crypto bear market. Okay. And now, really what I like for the dollar here, I was going over this earlier with some of my students, is we had the dollar give us an aggressive sell, break a structure, super nice pullback here into one of my favorite fib zones. And if we get a 4% unemployment this upcoming week, I think we trade right back down into this level. Maybe we can bounce. Yeah, the structure still can remain bullish and the dollar can remain higher until we break something like this. That would be the narrative that I would watch to see if the dollar falls. In the chat, let me know, what do you think is going to happen? Does unemployment continue to go higher, or does this thing tick down? And if it ticks down and we go to 3.8 or 3.7, then we would see the dollar bounce to the upside, and we could even see Bitcoin and crypto assets actually fall. Now, I actually did just call out a Solana idea to a lot of my students. We caught this at 164.50. Let me know in the chat if you're one of those students and you were actually able to catch this, a potential buy on Solana. If you're new to this channel, I have a ton of videos comparing Ethereum to Solana and my thoughts of where Solana will be in the next couple of years. I was actually just showing this earlier. If we go in here to market cap, and don't be shy to use the chat, and we click this compare button, when you talk about money, if Solana gets to the same market cap as Ethereum, this would be the price of one Solana. And Solana today is currently trading at 166. Now, on a leverage position, we took this position here a couple minutes ago, or a couple hours ago, excuse me, at 164. We had the break, price traded into this level. Let's see if we can finally leave and go create some new highs here on Solana, something that I'm watching on Sol. Bitcoin, Bitcoin played very well into this level here. Let's actually delete everything. Now, one of my concerns is, does Bitcoin want to come back for this money? Or does it want to make a move to the upside? So we really want to see Bitcoin create a new high here and do something like that if we're going to continue. I do not want to see, if Bitcoin starts to make its way back down to like 68, 67, I think this just gets taken out nasty to the downside. And I think that will happen eventually. When? I'm not a genie. But right now, this is sticking. We go down to lower time frames, and this level is playing out nicely right now. Very similar to like the Solana setup as well. So I am actually bullish on Sol around 162, 164, that type of zone. In the chat, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it. Any cryptos you want me to take a look at? I was showing this to some of my friends here with the prices of where crypto was 4 years ago, and really just zooming out, really understanding bigger picture. 4 years ago this week, one BTC was under 10K. One Ethereum was under 300. Okay, the current price of Ethereum today is almost $4,000. So when you deal with people that have a short, right? I like to say they have a short mind. Okay, they're only looking at the market today. But can you imagine dollar cost averaging, being patient, let the market coming to you over 4 years? I mean, we're not talking 10, 20, 50, 100 years, everybody. I love looking sometimes as just a reminder. I was actually looking at this earlier today. You look at something like NVIDIA. Wrong one. You look at something like NVIDIA, like I remember people on Twitter were talking so bad about NVIDIA, right, which creates probably everybody here's computers and all their chips. When this sell-off took place, let me just delete everything here. So this is NVIDIA, one of the highest performing assets in the world right now. NVIDIA was a stock that went down 69% from November, the top of the bull market. This is actually crazy. This was the top of the bull market in crypto, all the way down to $100. And then what does it do? It just, let's actually go down in time frames here. If you look at this like on the 2-week time frame, somebody tell me what price did right here. All it did was just sweep this liquidity, break, sweep liquidity, and then start to rally to the upside. Do you also think it'll follow the same structure again as 2021 cycle, aka crypto stagnant during the summer and pops? Yeah, it really could, Ignacio. It really could. Price could, kind of chill. When you look at like GameStop, right? You look at the GameStop volume. Has anybody seen what's happening with GameStop? Like GameStop's peak in volume was January, February of 2021. If you look at the crypto, if you look at overall crypto money, okay, January, February of 2021, I'm going to turn this off here real quick. That was around right here. This was when, this was when, does that even make sense? What am I even saying? That's when, okay, the market, rallied, crypto rallied 200% total money in crypto. That's when altcoins, January, February of 2021, take a look, none of this stuff live. Right here, altcoins ripped to the upside. So is GameStop going to be one of those leading indicators, right? You're seeing, today there was, what is it, Roaring Kitty put like a couple 180 million or something in call options. Insane. But just once again, volume doesn't lie. Volume doesn't lie. Peak in volume right there. Now we can go down a little bit in time frames and kind of see. Since this happened over here, this is the new peak in volume. So does the altcoin market start to pop from there? That's something that I'm watching. I gave out this play on YouTube. I made this video. One of the stocks that I do like, no affiliation with them, is Peloton. We're seeing huge spike in volume, huge spike in volume. We actually went under that, and now look, go to the lower time frames. Huge spike right there. We'll go to the daily here. I'm liking what I'm seeing here on Peloton. I mean, I personally, disclaimer, I do have call options on Peloton at the moment for October 18th. So even if this thing were to pull back now that this gap is filled, I mean, I like to see the volume, and this has been beat down. This has been aggressively beaten down, and I have a video on my YouTube channel, so go watch that. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. So I actually like this. I do think this will continue. This is one of my option plays that we have going on right now. I actually just got off a cruise ship. It wasn't Royal, it was Celebrity, but this is another thing right here. Like, does everybody see how volume, okay, this is what we call volume down here. All of the volume peaked on Royal Caribbean. Anybody else like cruises? Let me know in the chat. All of the volume peaked on Royal Caribbean. COVID, 2020. Highest volume ever on this time frame. 2-week time frame, monthly time frame. Let's just leave it on the monthly, okay? So all of the volume peaked. And then guess what the market did? The market actually came back. So the market actually went down, right? Going down, volume's going down. Market creates a low, lower high, and then rips to the upside, right? Put a 1 if you see this. And what's really, really cool about this, I didn't catch this at all, but I'm just giving this to you for an example, is look at how volume comes in and look at how the market plays right into that 80% level. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the bread and butter. And the stock price of Royal Caribbean goes from $33, okay, and is now up 377% at all-time highs. You know how many people go on cruises and don't own the stock? You know how many people fly? Now, I'm not telling you to buy every single thing that you do, but the point is, the point is we're consumers, right? In life, you have consumers and then you have producers. Most people, their whole lives, they're on this side of the spectrum. They're consumers to everything. They use Airbnb. They use PayPal. Okay, let me give you another example here on PayPal. we'll just leave it on that monthly time frame. Kind of the peak in volume right here, January, we actually dipped under. I really like to see that. And now I like how volume's spiking where price is currently at. So, not the biggest fan, William, of meme coins. To be honest, I know you can make money. Not telling you not to do it. I don't even know what that is. If I even type in dog here, I'm not even sure if that's going to even pop up. It's going to pull up Doge. So I kind of stay away from meme coins. I know people tell me to get into it. I've bought in a couple, but I don't know. I'll buy low cap projects and projects that have a lot of risk for a big gain, but you know, it's not my cup of tea really. Sol and PayPal, yeah. If you guys haven't seen the Solana and PayPal partnership, that is another bullish thing that I'm bullish on. PayPal USD stablecoin now available on Solana's blockchain. I think that can affect the stock. That type of sentiment, that type of narrative. PayPal, we know they have 400 million users, and I think PayPal is going to rip to the upside from this level. Do I think SoulMail is a rug pull? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Took a position, small position at the low cap project, took profits in the beginning when we called it out. They have the partnerships with Solana, and they're going to be on the phone. I'll just tell you this is when the market consolidates, so like when crypto consolidates and Bitcoin is indecisive, low caps, they go for a roller coaster. You'll see projects, and I'm gonna actually, this is a great point. Let's go back to like even like Litecoin. Like let's go back in time here. Like when Bitcoin consolidated in 2018 to the downside, I mean, you literally saw Litecoin go from 420 all the way to like $45. Maybe that's not even the best example. Let me even give you a better example. Like it's kind of normal for low caps to get crushed before they go on a run. Let me even give you maybe Batcoin's a better example. Here you go. Yeah, this is a good example. So like Batcoin, right? This is one of the OG projects. If you know, you know. When Bitcoin dropped, Batcoin launched at 16 cents. The guy that created Batcoin created Safari and Mozilla, right? Firefox. And Batcoin got wrecked. I remember this. Batcoin dropped all the way down to 7 cents. And people thought it was it, right? It actually wicked all the way down here. I'm on the monthly time frame, so let's just go down to even like the daily, go all the way back down here. I mean, this thing was creating, liquidity. Let's go back in time. I'm just giving this for the chart, creating liquidity. I think this might even be my original chart. Broke all the way down, right? And people thought this was it. I think at this moment, Batcoin might have been a low cap. And then it just ripped to the upside. And then it faked everybody out, came back, and it just takes a couple of years. So it's tough to say unless they actually were to pull the liquidity. Could it be a slow rug? Of course, but that you could say that about anything. It's just really time, and it's also about risk. What's your risk in a project? What's your risk in an investment? Right now I'm looking at Square. Okay, Square is Cash App basically. Block. And here you can kind of see like this really has my interest in. You guys see like this level. This was COVID. Let me delete all this stuff. I was drawing like Picasso here. You had this huge sell-off, right? This is a Square, by the way, SQ. So a huge sell-off. Price goes from $40 a share to $280. And by no means I'm telling you to buy anything. Just for a disclaimer, I don't even own Square. I'm just showing you guys this chart. And then you had price, kind of do one of these things where it swept, creates a low, creates a new high. And I would love I would love to see Square come back into under $50. I would look for call options on Square somewhere down here. I think it's a great company. They just announced that they're taking 10% of revenue and putting it back into Bitcoin. So I think that's a powerful thing. And I think they're going to grow. And they own a bunch of different companies that are all involved in blockchain. And the owner of Block was Jack Dorsey. He created a very small company called Twitter. Anybody use Twitter here? Let me know. And if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you're following me on Twitter at DeFi Mike. I did change my username, so it's actually, that's not even right there. My Twitter username is DeFi with 2 eyes. So yeah, I deleted that one. It's DeFi with 2 eyes. And if you want to see me talk shit to people and have some fun, jump on Twitter, DeFi Mike. We're talking all things life and crypto on Twitter. So I'm looking for that on Square. You know, Bitcoin, I already kind of broke this down. Higher time frames. I mean, this is 1 weekly candle away from just ripping to the upside. I do think a lot of people are going to be sidelined and they're not even going to get into the market. And I also feel that way about even like stocks as well, like overall stock market. Like, watch this. Put a yes in the chat if you've heard somebody say, I can't wait for the market to crash, whether that's real estate or that's crypto. Let me know in the chat if you've heard somebody say, I'm waiting for the market to crash. And guess what the market's doing? The market's not crashing. The market just keeps going up. And then you know what happens is people get stuck on the sidelines. And when they're stuck on the sidelines, here's what happens is indecision. Should I buy this pullback? What if it goes lower? They get something called hesitation, right? So now they're like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I should get in. Maybe I should not. And then eventually, here's what takes place is FOMO. So then the market rallies up. And you know what they do? Is they buy the run. They don't buy the dip. They buy the run. They buy when the market's running to the upside. So like here, this is the S&P 500. So like, let's say this thing starts to rally and you start to get a run. They start taking positions here, here, here. Oh my God, we're making so much money. And the market does this, breaks that structure, creates that low. Okay, we're back. Boom. You know what they do right here? They get out. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. It happens over and over and over and over and over again. And if you go back in time, guess what? This has played out. You go back to the S&P 500. Look at 2008. And you know why these markets will continue to go up? Is because because countries will continue to still print. Like, how many people see this? 2002, market rallies, actually does create a new high, and then it comes back and takes that money. Let's go to the yearly time frame there. Market creates equal highs right here on the yearly, but on the monthly, sweeps that liquidity, comes back up, creates a low, higher low, and then boom. If somebody was just dollar cost averaging the S&P 500, I mean, you know the number, like, you know the deal, like, you would be obviously up dramatically. And I believe that wealth is built through time. So whether it's crypto, which is what I'm most passionate about, because I think if you guys look at this chart right here, I'm going to delete everything. I think I think this is like Bitcoin's chart right here. I know it doesn't look the same, but I could kind of see like Bitcoin is approaching, right, that previous high that it created, and then it just does this, and it just rallies right through it. And I'll actually show you the Bitcoin chart now. Watch this so you guys can see, like, imagine this being it's not the same chart price wise, so don't forget that. But you guys can see here how it approaches this all-time high, right? Oh my God, SPX at the top, sell, and that's fine. Maybe those people made some money, but then just watch what takes place here. this thing eventually just starts to pick up speed and just like you just zoom out and it's just a bullish push. Okay, we're not going to watch this because I don't feel like watching it, but you guys get what I'm saying there. And the best thing that you can do in markets is like what chain, I mean, I love Chainlink's chart. Like when you see like stuff like this and stuff like this, that's when you're in accumulation. When you see market go boom, that's when you're in distribution or eventually waiting for distribution to take place like it did here at lower time frames, and then you're looking to scale out. Okay. And I can tell you right now, so many people are going to try to time the top. And I'm going to leave you with this here tonight. Don't try to time the top. Okay. Have a plan of exiting. People love an entry, but they don't know when they're going to get out. You need to have an exit plan. Okay. You need to have an exit plan for your portfolio. I have my exit plan. Let me know in the chat if you guys want me to make a video on my overall exit plan for crypto. It could change slightly, but the overall exit plan is the plan. And I've had it for the past year. Illuvium is actually playing out really nice right now. Let's see if Illuvium can create this new high, maybe pull back, and then rip to that first exit zone. How many people want a video on my YouTube maybe this week before I do some more travel here? Haven't been home in 2 weeks, home for a couple days, then back on the road for a little bit. And, you know, I think this summer, my advice for you, if you're listening, is be a person that just goes and seeks new information, goes to new places, goes to a new gym, goes to places that they never thought they were going to go. Like when you see like those quotes, like book the trip. I think some of y'all have been in a comfortable and a stuck place for too long that you need to go on a trip. I don't care if it's a road trip. You need to get out of your shell because your shell is costing you money in the markets. Your shell is going to cost you a fortune. It's going to cost you a legacy. When you're gone one day, people are not going to remember you because you're being comfortable. And that's just the truth and the harsh reality. And the harsh reality is it takes money. It takes skills. It takes a level of leadership. It takes a level of influence to be remembered. And I know some of y'all did not want to hear that at 10:30 p.m. on this call, but that's just the truth. Now you can leave a legacy through so many different ways outside of money, of course, but to leave the level of impact I want to leave, I know I have to take this stuff seriously. Let me know in the chat if you're going to take this industry seriously. So let's see what takes place this week. Unemployment, my guess would be that we stay 3.9 or we go to 4.0 unemployment. Like to see the dollar fall. And, we have not yet seen an altcoin rally. So there's good news for every single person on here. The altcoin rally has not happened yet. So it's still not too late. Okay. With that being said, we're going to wrap this up. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night and stay focused. The enemy's going to try to attack. People are going to try to attack you. I was talking about assets and liabilities earlier, and I actually wasn't talking about money. I was talking about, are the people around you an asset? Are the people around you an asset or are they a liability? Oh, I just want to go out drinking with you. Okay, that's cool, time and place. But they're really a liability, probably. Assets add value to you. Assets add income to you. Liabilities drain you. Liabilities take money from you. Liabilities make you feel worse when you get into that environment or around those people. Make you feel worse than you did right before you were with them. So assets and liabilities, it's not just about money. It's also about people as well. Okay. Hope y'all have a great rest of your night. God bless you. See you soon. And go down below in the channel. There's tons of videos down here. Go look at my projection on Solana versus ETH. Go look at what I'm looking at on Peloton. And I might be making a video here on my exit plan for this current market. So stay plugged in. And if I should do, actually last thing, if I should do another live tomorrow night at 10 p.m., same time, would you come back? I'm debating on doing a couple calls here this week. Let me know in the chat if I should come back and do another one of these tomorrow night. Maybe this entire week. Let me know in the chat. See y'all.